Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Make the Cut. This is episode 7. Yes, Erica, 777.
Are we at 7?
Yes, because
Wow.
remember last time I said season 6, and you were like, girl,
Look
bring it
at
back.
that.
It's yes,
Woo.
7. So, welcome.
Seven.
Hope that you guys are enjoying Erica and I. We are having a blast. So,
We
as you
are.
know, what we always do, Erica, we recap what we did last week. So, last week
Yes.
we had Kylie Taylor on, and she was
Mm-hmm.
14 years old and she was a singer. And we had
Yeah.
two professional coaches come on and help her with that. So,
Yep.
we have thank you, Maurice Lochner, and thank you to Mr. Tony Rome for coming
Absolutely.
in and supporting our guest. I mean, our not guest, contestant, Kylie
Yep.
Taylor. So hopefully, Kylie, you'll come back on and then, we'll see your improvements with that.
Absolutely. And they gave her really good advice too. So that
They
was awesome.
did. They
Yeah.
did. Now, I have to just apologize because on the other show, we had said that we were going to have Scola from Drew Hill. But unfortunately, he had to do, I reached out to him and he did give a comment. He did say that she sounds wonderful. However,
Okay.
he was in the studio. He's cutting a new record, guys. So it is what it is. So that's show business. And remember, you said understudies got to be ready on the drop
You
of
gotta be
a
ready.
hat. And they
Yep.
were ready for us. So thank you again, Mr. Maurice and Mr. Tony Rome, for sitting in and helping.
Yep.
All right. So moving on, Erica, what we got? What's
We
next? Current
have
events. Current events.
right. March is Women's Month,
Yes.
right? And so we're gonna pay tribute to women in our lives who have actually gotten us to this point. And I
Yes.
think that's going to be exciting,
Yes.
to actually be able to bring those women on, um, hear their perspective of, how we were students or whatever these women were
Okay,
to
well,
us.
hold on.
Um,
Now, I can't bring my person back because that'll be a whole nother show.
okay, that's fine.
But,
That
right?
really would be right.
That'll be a whole other thing.
Still, to still pay homage to these women, because it takes one
Yes.
to make one, right? And who
Yes.
knows, maybe one day we'll be that for someone that we haven't even met yet,
Amen. Amen. I
right?
received that. It's all about giving and exchanging.
Like all these young people that we're bringing onto the show. So it's exciting. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
So you ready to get in
And
today?
so now, who are we seeing tonight? I am
Okay, so
ready.
we have another. Okay, we have a
Let's get into
professional
it.
again. We have a professional again. A ballet
Nice.
dancer. His name is Lorenzo
Mm-hmm.
Pontiggia, and he's originally from Italy. And
Ooh.
yeah, and I met him in
Okay.
Orlando.
Come.
Yeah, I met him in Orlando. I was actually his teacher. I taught
Okay.
him contemporary, and he's going to be performing a neoclassical
Okay.
choreographed by Angelina Broad, and she was also a student of mine as well at the same school. So and she's in a
Well,
professional
Dawn.
ballet company
Okay.
now too. I didn't teach them ballet. Oh wait, no, I taught
Okay.
them modern contemporary, but
Right. But still, right. But
hmm
he's actually already a professional dancer,
at the Cleveland
right?
Ballet. But
And
yeah.
he wanted us, right? And he wanted us to see this video because
Oh, let me read to you guys
I
what he
liked what he
wrote.
said because he sent you a
Yes,
letter.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And he was like, I want to do this so that I could I love working with he's first said he loved working with me, which was very nice of him. But he basically just wanted corrections. He had no problem
Oh,
with giving his
look at
video
that.
to us so that we can help him improve. And I'm saying to myself, he is with a professional company,
Look at that. And
but
you're
he
a
still
professional.
wants help. And I think that's awesome. And that's one of the topics we wanted
That's
to talk
awesome.
about today, right, Erica? Humility and longevity.
Absolutely.
So you want to talk about that after the
Absolutely.
tape?
Yeah, I think let's talk about it after the tape. Let's look at him.
Okay.
And then let's get into it afterwards.
Hit
Here
it.
we
Lorenzo
go.
Pontiggia from Italy, 20 years old. Yeah. I can't hear the music. Go. All right. Wow, right? Girl, where's my
Look
rose?
at
Let me go
that
get me
now.
a rose.
Uh-oh, she said, come and get me a rose. That was beautiful.
Yeah. 20 years old. Yeah.
Whew.
And he
20.
was
I
so
remember
humble
20.
in my class. I remember 22. He would come to every class that he could, because a lot of times he might have been in rehearsals or doing something else.
Look at
Just
that.
very humble.
Right.
So thank you,
Now,
Lorenzo.
that was beautiful, and I do thank him for
Mm-hmm.
that. What do you think about professionals like that? Especially you
Oh,
being like a choreographer. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when
mm-hmm.
you hear someone like that, like what immediately comes to your mind?
It melts my heart. And
Mhm.
first, it comes to great training.
Right.
His teachers have trained him to be humble and to take a note.
Right.
And these are the people that choreographers and directors and producers want to work with. Yes.
Absolutely.
What do you think? What comes to your mind?
Well, I think it even shows, like, that's why I was so glad that you read what he wrote first, because then
Hmm.
even when you see him as a performer, you can look at this young man, and it is someone that you would want to work with, right?
Yes.
Teachable, right? Because I feel
Great
like if you're going
word.
to send me a video and
Hmm.
say, hey, I'm a professional, but I'm still seeking constructive criticism, right? And
Yes.
so, like what you were saying before, as far as that, still having the humility, right?
Hmm.
Because sometimes I think performers can just be like, well, I'm already in this company. And that's it. Okay, well, then will you be in this company 5 years from now, right? What
Hmm.
happens? Look at COVID. What happens if COVID hits? Then what are you gonna do, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Those humble moments help us get unsuspected gifts down the road, right? I
Amen.
got
Yeah.
most of my gigs as a professional um, because people liked my personality, not because
Hmm.
I was always maybe the best, right? Like I
Right.
had the training. And then
Right.
once I got through the door, obviously I was able to prove myself. But for the most part, the first thing that people saw in me was my personality and that I was teachable and that I could get along with other people, right? Because you're with
Yes.
a cast of others. So just the
Yes.
simple fact that can she get along with the rest of the cast,
Right.
right? And sometimes that just that alone can get you in the door because then the choreographer can look at you and say, look, I can teach
Mm-hmm.
you the steps, right?
Yes.
But you can't teach character. And I
Right.
think that's the thing that stands out, right? Character can't be
Amen.
taught, steps can. You can
Yes.
train and mold a dancer to do whatever you want because you spend
Mm-hmm.
8 hours in that studio, day after day after day. But
Yes.
whatever your character is, that's it. It only takes one person to not have a
Mm-hmm.
good character that can mess up
Higher.
the entire flow,
Yes.
you know.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Great points. And yeah, I can't, yeah, you said it all. So that was it. So humility, like you said, character, being able to take a note, that's so important in this business. So something that on the side note with Erica and I'm working on this too, just learning how to just say thank you,
Hmm.
right? I'm
Yeah.
learning that. I don't know, right? So as a student, because we're all students of life. So when someone gives you a great note about how to improve on whatever, you just say thank you and you keep it moving. And then, you know, yeah,
Yeah.
you learn from it. You
And
take
even
from
if
it
it's
what you
not a
can.
great note, right? Like no one should be above criticism, especially if it's
Correct.
constructive. Now, if it's negative,
Yes.
then absolutely one ear and out the other. But if it's
Yeah,
some
but yeah.
positive, constructive criticism, then
Hmm.
sometimes it may be a hard pill to swallow, you
But
know.
you
But
just,
if you really know, like, yeah, I probably could have pulled up a little more to get that third turn
yeah.
in, then just take the criticism and keep it
Just
moving.
say thank you and keep it moving. So, well,
Hmm.
thank you, Mr. Lorenzo, for sending
It
that video
was
in because again, it's
beautiful
a teachable moment,
moment.
because you and I were sitting
Absolutely.
there going, what, okay, so what? I mean, yes, there are things that we can say, I'm sure, but bigger than that is what you talked about, the character and the fact that he
Hmm.
was willing to send it in to his teacher, right? Just for
Yeah.
notes, for still, still getting notes. So thank you,
Right.
sir. Yeah.
And that's something to let other teachers know, right? Like
Mhm.
anybody who has a dance studio, try to, if you can, instill character into these young performers now, right? Because if you
Mhm.
instill those wonderful characters now, then by the time they are his age, they'll already have that.
Yes. And one of
Incorporate
the
all of it.
things,
I think both of our studios
yeah.
did that. Hmm.
Yes, but I will say what I did learn later on. Like I don't remember if we did this at performing arts. Like at the end of each class to go up to the teacher and
And say
thank
thank you.
them.
Yep.
I know that we did a group applause.
Yeah.
I know that. But I don't recall actually each individual lining up and then going
Right.
to the so I learned
Well, I
that
know
that's
we may not have done that at Performing Arts, but did you guys do that at BJ?
not individually. We would always applaud after class as a group and say thank
Okay.
you. But the
So at St.
going,
Benedict's, we would have
oh,
to do it individually.
mm-hmm.
And if we had, especially like if we had live musicians, so whoever was
Not,
playing
yes,
piano for our
yes,
ballet,
that's
and
a great
definitely our
point.
drummers. Like if we had drummers there, then
Absolutely.
she would absolutely make us thank them, right? Because that's
Yes,
their time too. And they're the one, all that energy working
right.
together. Hmm.
I forgot
So I
about that.
definitely remember that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, where I am now and where I'm teaching, I'm been blessed to be with a great group of directors that know how
Nice.
to train them already to do certain things. So that's
That's
not an
awesome.
issue. But
Yeah.
yeah. So
But I
yeah,
used to
so
do
that
that
was
even at
it.
auditions doing because that was so
Oh,
like just
absolutely.
instilled in me, right? So I would
Yes.
go to auditions and
Hmm.
even if I didn't make the cut,
Hmm.
make the cut, um, I would still go up to the choreographer and be like, thank you. Thank you for taking this time. I still had a great time. And a couple of times that would always work in my favor, right? Because they'd be like, you know what? Stay. I want to see you. And I'd be
Look
like,
at
oh,
that. And
okay.
also what you said, when I had you on 15 Minutes of Fame, you
Hmm.
also talked about how you wouldn't look at auditions as getting a gig.
Mm-mm.
You would look at auditions about taking a class.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right.
So
And so
that's
that's why I would
humility
thank
right
them.
there.
Right. So that's why I would thank them at the end
That's
of it,
right.
because I didn't see
hmm
it as, a potential gig, but definitely
Right.
as
A way to
a
instill and
class
get
to
better
learn
in
about
your
these different. Mhm. Absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah. So
Yay.
look at that.
Yep.
Here we go. Hmm.
So, guys, again, I hope you're enjoying what Erica and I are trying to bring to you. If you are interested in being on the show, please send us your video submissions, 1 minute to 2 minutes, acting, singing, drama. What
Poets,
else? Yes,
musicians. Or if you
correct.
know someone who has a
Clean
dance studio,
rappers.
yeah, clean
Oh,
rappers.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Go
if you
ahead.
know people who have dance studios, if you know people who are, coaching actors, actresses, send them the link and say, hey, maybe this is something that your students would be interested in, like,
Yes, absolutely. It is fun. I mean, again, it's like it's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and you get to come and showcase your work and help other people, like I said before. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
that's what it's about, helping other people, because what they send in, we can make it into a teachable moment, just like Lorenzo did.
absolutely.
So yeah.
Each one
And then
teach
what
one,
else?
because we're going to still steer you in the
hmm
direction of other professionals. So
Yes.
that's what
Yes, yes.
good.
And then let me see. So what do we have next week? Next week, I think
Are we
Kylie is
showing
back.
are we doing another? Okay,
Kylie is
nice.
back. I think she's singing again. No,
Okay,
she's
Miss Kylie.
dancing. She's dancing. Oh, I can't
Ooh,
keep up.
look at that. Miss Thing's gonna be
She's
a triple
dancing.
threat. Pretty soon she's gonna be coming on here and doing a
Yes.
monologue.
And we need to talk
Love
about
it.
that too, because you shouldn't be a one trick pony, as they say. Dance,
No,
act, sing, do it all if you
do it
can.
all.
If you
Yep.
can. Okay, so what else? So that's it. So we'll see you guys next week. It's again, tell them about the Women's History
So it's gonna be
Month.
Women's Month, right? And we're gonna try to either bring on and definitely talk about the women. We're not going to
Yes.
bring them on, but
Okay.
definitely talking about the women who have inspired and encouraged us to where we are now.
Yes. And if you have anyone that you would like us to highlight, send us a link, or send us some information, and we'll definitely talk about them on the show.
That's
And guess, I
nice.
forgot to tell you about we have a guest coming on for Business Street.
Oh, okay.
Guess who? You're never going to guess.
I'm not going to guess.
Marcia.
From high
Yes,
school?
she has her own business, so
Look
she's
at
gonna do a
that. I love
highlight.
it.
Yes, so we'll see you soon, Marcia. We love you. And
Awesome.
thanks again for watching. Last words, Erica, anything? Nothing? Deuces?
Oh, that's going to be
Make the
fun.
cut. All right, guys, we love you. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, Lorenzo.